Hello, and welcome to the 2023 Laboratory Self-Audit Introduction Guide. My name is Victoria Villa, and I am the Program Coordinator for the LSA. Please contact me if you have any questions or concerns about the LSA or any other safety matters. In this introduction guide, I will cover the who, what, where, when, why, and hows of the LSA. Also, I will share available resources aimed at simplifying the LSA completion for all participants. Let us begin with what. What is the laboratory self-audit and what is the general safety self-audit? The laboratory self-audit is a mandatory self-inspection program created to cultivate a proactive approach to safety and regulatory compliance. It also promotes understanding and individual accountability for managers and supervisors. The LSA was initially geared towards FIU's laboratory community, but has expanded to incorporate a variety of different types of locations. Stay tuned for a tool eh&s created to quickly determine if you must complete the LSA or the GSSA. The GSSA is similar to the LSA in that it is a mandatory self-inspection program aimed at cultivating a proactive approach and promoting individual accountability. However, the main difference is that it is geared towards general safety and industrial safety. Next is why. The LSA is necessary to establish a baseline of safety and regulatory compliance. The self-audits promote a proactive approach to increasing awareness of administrative safety controls and knowledge of regulations to create a safe working and learning environment. Lastly, it aids in reducing incidents, injuries, violations, and fines through various phases of management. These are planning, preparing, and mitigating hazards and operations to ensure safer environments. This also includes an emphasis on effective communication to increase awareness and overall safety in the working and learning environments. Moving on to who must complete the LSA or the GSSA. I will approach this by discussing the location, the participants, and finally the groups or shared spaces. But first, we need to establish whether your space is obligated to submit an LSA or a GSSA. eh&s has designed a survey that determines whether a self-audit is required. Our website features an anonymous survey with a maximum of 3 questions that will provide you with an answer to this quickly. The survey is available on both the LSA and the GSSA web pages. I will show you how to access the survey through the LSA web page. First, navigate to ehs.fiu.edu, then click Safety Programs and select Laboratory. You can either select the Lab Self-Audit link or scroll down to the title. From here, find the link that is under New Resources headline. As you can see, this is the survey. Question 1 is a quick introduction. It provides context for each self-audit and links back to the eh&s website. Question 2 asks to select the classification of the space. Depending on the classification of the space, you may need to answer a follow-up question asking if special hazards are in the area. The next screen will either tell you to fill out the LSA, the GSSA, or neither. This screen will also have links to the required self-audit webpage or general eh&s website. Remember, only one room number is permitted per submission. If you have multiple room numbers assigned to you, each room requires a separate LSA. The retake as a new response link will be most beneficial to you. I will talk more about this soon. If your location is an open concept, submit one LSA for the room number you are assigned to. For participation, only FIU employees are authorized to participate. eh&s will not accept submissions from students, interns, volunteers, or PhD candidates. FIU safeguards personally identifiable information in compliance with the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. However, eh&s understands at the university there are many instances where an individual can be both an employee and a student or an intern. In these cases, make sure you use your FIU employee email address and employee issued job title. If you use your FIU student email or title, eh&s will reject the submission. eh&s advises the principal investigator or lab manager to submit the LSA. This is because they have the best understanding of the hazards and operations within the space, the authority to implement corrective actions, and the ability to establish safety protocols. The PI or lab manager must either complete the LSA or assign it to an authorized participant. EHS expects the group lead to determine who will submit the LSA and who will be the primary and alternate contacts for the space. Additionally, if there is more than one group that shares the same room number, each group must submit a separate LSA. This is because each group is responsible for hazards, operation, and personnel. This responsibility incorporates implementing safety controls to ensure hazards are handled appropriately, operations are efficient, and, most importantly, personnel are safe in the environment to work or learn. Now we will cover when the LSA will be available. The LSA and the GSSA will simultaneously open for 3 months, starting on August 1st and ending on October 31st. If the LSA is not completed within the time frame, there will be a process of escalation that could lead to the space being shut down, access being revoked, and a mandatory meeting to reinstate the space. Where can the LSA be accessed, and how can you complete it? Access to the LSA will be on our website. First, navigate to ehs.fiu.edu. Click on Safety Programs, select Laboratory, and then either select Lab Self-Audit or scroll down to the headline. From this page, select the link under the Lab Self-Audit. You can access this link from any computer, tablet, or mobile device from anywhere. You will be prompted to log in with your FIU single sign-on credentials to obtain access to the LSA. Also, you will be able to leave the screen open for 72 hours before the submission is automatically deleted. Lastly, I will tell you about the resources EHS has created to ease and streamline the submission process. Before completing the LSA, we provide a preview and a checklist that serve different purposes. The preview found here on our webpage is a PDF that allows you to see all the questions, explanations, links to EHS safety programs and resources, available response options, and conditional parameters in place. EHS encourages you to review this before submitting an LSA because it provides you the opportunity to understand the questions that will be asked of you and to make any corrective actions you think are necessary. The checklist found here on our webpage is a shortened PDF version of the preview that is in a checklist style, made for you to conduct a walkthrough of the space. After completing the LSA, you will receive a confirmation email affirming the submission has been received. This is a template of the confirmation email. It provides a response summary so you can review the submission. If any edits must be made to the submission, send me an email and request a link to edit the response. Below that is a useful resource, specifically for individuals who manage multiple spaces. The Retake as a new response link allows you to duplicate the original submission as many times as needed, starting from the beginning of the survey. This saves time by eliminating the need to start a new blank survey for every location, as you can simply advance through the questions and make any necessary adjustments to reflect the new space. Using this link does not alter the original submission. Finally, the email invites you to participate in the feedback survey, which EHS uses to improve the LSA experience. Please consider taking the survey. You can skip questions if you like. It asks you to rate certain aspects of the LSA and then gives you the opportunity to tell us if you feel something should be added, removed, or any other comments you feel is important. And with that, I will conclude this video. Again, if you have any questions or concerns about the LSA or any other safety matter, please send me an email at vmvilla@fiu.edu. Have a great day.